Thanks for watching the Maui Pro. We're into round 3 action. Stephanie Gilmore taking on Lakey Peterson and Brisa Hennessy. What a massive opening day of competition, Potts.
Yeah, Joe. Well, it's incredible action. We've seen probably one of the biggest upsets all year. Unfortunate, Sally Fitzgibbon's out of the running for the world title. She's got to sit back and hope certain things happen, but what a way to kick off round number 3. Steph Gilmore, Lakey, and Brisa, who did the damage up against Sally. Waves are pumping. Maui, last event.
During the break, Gilmore getting things underway in a brilliant fashion.
Wow, well, this is what we were talking about earlier. I wanted to see Steph open up with a bit of aggression. I wanted to see her control the start of these 3 women heats, get that ball rolling early, and that's exactly what she did, even with the wipeout.
Snapper rocks.
Yeah, just showing the world that she's got game. Speaking of game, here we go.
Brisa Hennessy setting up a beautiful looking wave here at Honolulu Bay. Big frontside wrap right off the bottom and jams it off the roof, but she has to let go. A big carve to a hack is a great combo to watch. Unfortunately, she could one more look on this finishing move and get Potts' take first.
Well, let's have a look at this first turn, because this is where all the points are going to come from. Have a look at that. Just hooks and then gives it that extra little bit, snapping, drops down, and 2 or 3 big turns on a wave out here. She's going to get excellent scores like she did up against Sally.
Now it's Lakey's turn. Nice jam real quick on that forehand. Peterson. Beautiful top turn off the lip. Nice flow and rhythm. Huge down carve. There's that energy from Peterson. Gilmore to answer. Steph with a big wind up. Covering some ground on that big hack, and a late hit on the float will make is the most successful surfer in tour history as we take a look at the first turn.
Look at that turn. Oh my gosh. I mean, that was an absolute searing maneuver, and then goes down on that sort of float turn, so to speak. Still waiting for Lakey's score to drop in. It's going to be an absolute bomb. Big turn to kick it off. Double pump bottom turn, and there's that nice hooking maneuver again. Keeping that down the line speed, that's better. Much more commitment to the turn on that last maneuver. And that's what we want to see. The judges especially want to see that commitment to that single turn. Watch this one here. She kind of cuts it short, drives down to the bottom, and then really brings that next one all the way around. So that's more like it from Lakey. We're going to see next dissect it, and it came in at a big score. I mean, this is rivaling Steph Gilmore's wave. If we stop it right there, now there's 2 options you can go for right now. What Lakey's looking at, she's looking at down the line. So basically, this is where she's looking here. So what's going to happen is, oops, I've missed it. What's going to happen is if we keep it flowing, she's actually going to come off the bottom and go straight up, which is what she's done there. I'm trying to find the eraser.
It's hard to see that eraser. He found it.
And then, so what she's basically done, there's 2 options. One was down the line, which is going to keep that speed. The other one option is to go straight up, which is what she did. Now, if we keep this going, Lakey Peterson's going to do the next turn as well. She's going to cut it short. Now, if we stop it there, there's 2 options again. You can either go straight up, right? Or you can go along that way there. So if we keep it going, Lakey's going to opt for that more down the line turn. You can see her drawing it off, keeping that turn short. And what's that done is now she's obviously committed to the maneuvers. So the end bowl's not going to come into play. If we keep it rolling, you're going to find this next turn she's going to commit to it, and she's going to bring it right the way back around, which is what she needs to do. Right there, brings it all the way back around, and that's why that score went up into the excellent range. So committing to the turns, not the actual wave itself. Now that wave you can see is still plenty of wave going down the line, but committing to those turns, the judges loved it. 8.83, right in that. I think you've got to read the wave, and I think that's the difference between a good surfer and a great surfer.
Having a look now. One of the best ever. Gilmore, snap to slide. Fun looking section. Hacks it again off the lip. Right into a rooftop float for the finish. Clean 3-turn combo for Gilmore. Getting rid of the 3.6 and strengthening her lead out front.
It's quite a long wave, so you can actually get around these sections and milk it all the way through the inside. Right there, she loses the fins. So now she knows, okay, I've got to commit to these next couple of turns to make a score out of this wave, which she did. I mean, that's why Steph's got 6 world titles, because she's got that ability to adapt.
The split screen to break this one down.
Yeah, well, both surfers drawing off nice and low off the bottom. And I think Steph committing a little bit more to that first turn than Lakey. Second turn again, both beautiful bottom turns. Steph again committing a little bit more. Lakey cutting that turn short. And then both surfers again. Lakey's third turn, way more committed, a little bit more power. But Steph got that little bonus section through the inside. And actually came unstuck as well. Both, Steph poking the nose there. So on the merit of those opening maneuvers is where the difference came. It was a split decision. I mean, the Judge 5 gave...
my heart broke for Sally, I have to say. Watching that was like, I almost came to tears because, as surfers, our biggest goal in life is to complete our achievements. And I know that's been one of Sally's dreams forever. And to watch her not make that heat and... oh man, my heart just broke for her. But on the other half,
it's going to be a tough one. It's a tough one for Sally to sit back and watch. And while we're talking to Tatiana, this is what Steph did. Just absolute attack mode. Now, where has this lady been all year? We saw this in the first event of the year, right? And then that, but she is just on a tear right now.
Gilmore looking in sync and in rhythm, with or without priority. Gilmore up again. Draws that off the roof. Beautiful form for a massive carve. Touches that one out in front just to stretch out for the finish. Pulls in for a little inside tube. Didn't give her too many options there, and she ends up going down, but two massive maneuvers. Maybe two of the best we've seen today.
Feels like she's really found her groove. That last one, she pulled into that little barrel and fell, but the turns and the style before that, the way she uses that upper body and rotates and gets that beautiful arc out of the top is unlike anyone's. And then the style and the class that she possesses, just in a normal way, just when she's standing in her normal stance, it's just all so beautiful.
For Gilmore, which factored in. And Lakey got this wave during the break pots.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. Lakey building speed. Driving down the line. What's she got for us? There it is. There's the commitment to the turn. Now, the judges are like that, even though it's only one maneuver.
About all the memories, it was cool. She went straight to that one back when they were enjoying just their first couple of years on tour. Watching this now, Brisa Hennessy slams on the brakes, wanted to get barreled. Hits it off the roof. She'll get hung up, and she's down.
Yeah, there's just that indecision, right?
Now Gilmore's turn again. Quick speed jam. Gilmore wants more down the line. Flowing through her points and needs something real major. A big flyaway alley-oop to kick out. She's been doing that all week, Potts. Even the free surf, she's just been loving those rotations that kick out of waves. But always pushing herself. That last wave, a throwaway score for Gilmore. Lakey Peterson now with a chance to try to take the lead here. Big bottom turn, drawn out carve. Lakey tries to go straight up vert, nails it. Running out of wave, but still has some speed to vert. Goes that full roundhouse cut back into the tail end of the ride. Little down carve into a vertical hack, and she's out of there. So Lakey's been solid, getting her waves from start to finish.
Steph's got to be careful. I mean, Lakey's only looking for an 8.32.
First place skips around, second and third aren't eliminated, and sometimes the intensity would change as Lakey's seems like she's more fired up.
Yeah, just a little bit off balance on that first turn. Didn't really connect with the second one as she brings it back around into the white water. This little end bowl didn't really cooperate. She didn't get that nice hooking sort of cakey bowl that you kind of look forward to. It's kind of faded out a bit. So it is going to hurt the scoring potential just a little bit. I think she's going to better her 5.50. But she's still going to need an 8-point Ranger to get herself into that number one spot. She's surfing very well, and she's looking very dangerous. She's got a good attitude at the moment. Nice, calm approach too. She's not rushing things, Joe. You know, if she can just finish her turns off, like Steph is, you can see Steph is bringing that board all the way back around, committing to it, reading the wave well, and there's that. Look at that rotation. I mean, that was perfect right there from Steph Gilmore. And a good score for rides, you need to surf out of your skin.
As we check out the heat recap, Gilmore's making it a bit of a tradition. Kick off your heat into the 9s and see how you could separate yourself from the pack. Her last heat a 9.57 to start. This one a 9.07, even with a fall.
Yeah, but let's not forget about this young lady here, Lakey Peterson, surfing Unbelievable, picking the right wave. She just needs one more good wave to get an 8.32 to get this win off Steph Gilmore. Steph can't afford to relax when this kind of talent's chasing her down. I think the thing with Steph Gilmore, though, she comes out and drops those 9s and she watches her opponents crumble. In the past, they're not doing that anymore. They're starting to answer back to Steph, but Steph's got that ability to crank it back up, looking for a little barrel through the inside.
She had that classic matchup with Enever, and now Gilmore straight to the quarterfinals as a big day for the Maui Pro continues. Up next, Tyler Wright takes on Silvana Lima and Coco Ho in a heat that might affect the big world title showdown.